Yes, I know Decoded has fallen off the cliff. I apologize and promise once again that we will be more regular in uploading weekly issues. And thankfully, the inept leaders of the Northeast have given us enough reasons to make sure that Decoded gets back to its routine because, well, since when did the leaders care about people? My name is Kalyan Deb, and in this week's Decoded, we discuss the joke that is higher education in Nagaland. Pursuing for months.
Village of Assam
in the 75th Independence Day.
Let us say you are from outside the Northeast and are studying the region in detail to understand the intricacies of the region. Sure, there are political issues, there are demographic issues, healthcare is on life support, and climate change is already causing irreparable damage. But do you know how bad the education system in our region is? Allow me to explain. Tripura even now has around 1,000 teachers who believe they will get justice, even though for all intents and purposes their chapter seems closed. In Meghalaya, teachers threatened to pick guns, and this year Meghalaya was rewarded as the worst performing state in the Ministry of Education's Performance Grading Index. Arunachal and Assam are united by paper leaks. Mizoram is facing teacher shortages, and Nagaland? Well, that is what this Decoded is about. Although the protest has been called off, we believe that the issue is worth discussing because it seems that governments across the region are convinced that teachers are our enemies. The Nagaland government, through a cabinet notification dated December 17, 2024, decided to absorb contractual assistant professors and librarians into regular service, which created a ruckus because the truth is that is not how regularization works, not in the academic system at least. Allow me to explain. The subsequent order, dated April 8, 2025, notified the absorption of these contractual employees in the interest of public service and cited the approval of the Minister of Higher Education and Tourism. This document went viral on social media, sparking an intense debate in Nagaland. But then, facing mounting pressure, the state government issued a circular on April 10, 2025, stating that the earlier notification, widely circulated on social media, was not officially issued and must be considered null and void until further notice. The circular directed all principals of government colleges not to facilitate any handing over or taking over responsibilities based on the now retracted order. With the recent government orders, the absorption of 147 contractual employees came to light. This decision of the government, which was initially celebrated by some undergraduate student bodies for addressing long-standing faculty shortages, also drew sharp criticism from scholars and aspirants who alleged the move bypassed mandated recruitment procedures, sparking a broader conversation on merit and transparency. On April 16, the Nagaland NET Qualified Forum, or NNQF, and Combined Technical Association of Nagaland, or CTAN, organized a protest outside the Directorate of Higher Education demanding the revocation of the December 17 notification that regularized 147 contractual assistant professors and librarians. The protest continued the next day. Then came Good Friday and Easter. During this period, notifications were issued by principals of several government colleges directing the teachers and students to organize and participate in a peaceful rally to show solidarity to the government's decision to absorb the contractual teachers and librarians, citing a directive from the Minister of Higher Education, Temjen Imna Along. Although these notifications were nullified by an official order from the Directorate of Higher Education restricting such gathering as per a direction from the minister, it only added more fuel to the fire. This was evident as the number of protesters increased from hundreds to thousands when the protest resumed on April 21. As the protest intensified, the government responded, but it only made matters worse. Amid these developments, the legality of these appointments remained under judicial scrutiny, with multiple writ petitions pending in court since 2018, challenging what have been described as backdoor appointments. When you're hungry, the quality of food or the way it has been cooked becomes secondary. Similarly, when a system is facing shortage, anything that addresses it is seen as a good thing. Several undergraduate student unions from government colleges have expressed wholehearted support for the regularization, viewing it as a long overdue recognition of the contribution made by contractual faculty members. The All Nagaland Government College Teachers Association, which represents 16 government colleges across Nagaland, has thrown its full weight behind the decision to regularize the contractual teachers. In a letter dated April 19, 2025, addressed to the Chief Secretary, the association urged the state government not to revoke the absorption order. The association also highlighted practical concerns, saying many of the absorbed faculty are now overaged for fresh recruitment and revoking the order would effectively push them into unemployment. The Dimapur Government College Students' Council had also lauded the move in a letter addressed to the Higher Education Department, stating that these absorbed teachers had served with utmost sincerity on a contractual basis, especially crucial with the college preparing to implement the fourth year of the 4-year undergraduate program. Several other college teacher or student bodies such as the Sao Chang College Students Union and the Zuneboto Government College Students Union echoed similar sentiments. On the other side of the debate, strong opposition has emerged from academic forums and student bodies concerned with due process and transparency. The Naga Students Federation demanded the revocation of the order. They argued that while the contractual faculty should not be immediately terminated, the nature of appointment should only remain contractual and not be absorbed. The All Nagaland College Students Union also urged the government to roll back the absorption order. In a letter to the Minister of Higher Education, the union argued that the appointments were made outside established norms and bypassed fair recruitment processes. While the Dimapur Naga Students Union described the appointments as a serious violation of the rights of qualified and aspiring Naga youth who have prepared for recruitment through the Naga Public Service Commission. The Naga Research Scholars Forum Shillong called it a blow to the aspirants of qualified NET or PhD holders who had prepared for the Common Educational Services examination. To them, the academic community deserves a recruitment system that recognizes qualifications, upholds fairness, and is free from backdoor entries, political influence, or favoritism. India loves Imna Along. He is witty, he tackles racism while making people smile, and in general, he is seen as a nice, welcoming leader who cares for his constituency and people. But in this instance, he has not come out on top of the matter. Students and aspirants who tried to meet him only met with disappointment, and the Rising People's Party has lambasted his inaction so far. In a strongly worded statement issued on Wednesday, April 23, the RPP alleged that the regularization exercise spearheaded by the Minister of Higher Education, Imna Along, contradicts his earlier public commitment to eliminate backdoor, window or ceiling appointments. The party expressed deep concern over what is termed a prestige issue and warned of long-term consequences for the student and youth community if the matter remains unresolved. The RPP also took aim at the Rio-led cabinet, stating that the decision reflects poorly not only on the individual matter but on the entire government. On April 21, following an emergency cabinet meeting, the government announced the formation of a 5-member committee headed by Wezope Kanye, IAS, as the chairman to examine the matter and subject its findings, the process for which could take 7 to 8 weeks, that was stated back then. Government spokesperson KG Kanye said that the government has decided to keep in abeyance the order that notified the absorption of these 147 contractual employees.
Today we have decided that it will be kept in abeyance. The entire issue will be kept in abeyance. And so within about 6-7 weeks time, the entire background and considerations will be out. So it is my appeal to everyone that agitations and confrontationist attitude must be avoided, but by all means, it is a humble appeal.
The government's response irked the protesters as they refused to disperse from the protest site, and they verbally began to demand the resignation of the ministers. It was only after some representatives were allowed to submit a memorandum reflecting the government's response that the protesters dispersed. However, after a 2-day halt with no further response from the government, the protests resumed on April 24. This time, the protesters wore black and placed a coffin signifying the death of meritocracy. But a positive development took place on April 24 evening following a meeting between the representatives of CTAN and NNQF and the Minister of Higher Education Department. The protesters were assured that their demand to revoke the cabinet order will be met, following which the protest for April 25 was called off. Now, Nagaland has a lot of issues. Amid all of these, there are many in Nagaland who want to help thousands study and work hard. In a state where quality education is at a premium and digital divide is a living reality, we do not need teachers and aspirants fighting each other, because the last thing Nagaland needs is yet another issue dividing its people.
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to EastMojo. For any queries, put them down in the comments section below and press on the bell icon for notifications.